Have you ever felt a little wobbly just walking across the kitchen floor? Wondered why something as simple as getting the mail suddenly feels like crossing a balance beam? What if I told you that most falls after age 65 don't happen because you're clumsy, but because of subtle habits no one ever taught us to avoid? Every year, millions of older adults end up in the ER from falls that were entirely preventable. But here's the good news. What if you could retrain your body to walk with more confidence, balance, and even joy, without fancy equipment or going to the gym? Today, we're unlocking 10 walking secrets that have helped seniors in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s reclaim their independence. Some are so simple, you'll wonder why no one ever told you before. And the fourth one? It's something you're probably doing backward every day without even realizing it. Let's walk through it together, literally, and discover how small changes can lead to a big difference in your life. Ready to take your next steps with more confidence? Let's dive in. Number 1. The name game. Why we forget. And the trick to remembering. Have you ever run into someone at the grocery store, maybe from your church group or your old bowling league, and you know their face like the back of your hand, but their name? Completely gone. It's on the tip of your tongue, dancing just out of reach. You smile, you nod, and you hope they don't notice you're avoiding the word Doris like it's a pop quiz. Sound familiar? Here's the comforting truth. This is one of the most common and most frustrating memory slips among older adults. And it doesn't mean your memory is failing. It just means your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Let's break it down. Names are what scientists call arbitrary labels. They don't carry visual or emotional weight the way other memories do. You remember that Doris loves gardening, makes a killer peach cobbler, and always wears those red shoes. But her name? That's just a word with no built-in meaning unless you attach one. As we age, our brain prioritizes memories that are connected to emotions, routines, or senses. Names, unfortunately, don't usually check those boxes unless we make them more memorable on purpose. That's where the trick comes in. Next time you meet someone new or run into someone you should remember, try this. Use their name immediately in conversation. Nice to see you, Doris. How's your garden this spring? Then mentally link their name to something visual. For Doris, maybe you picture her watering daffodils. Doris daffodils. That image adds color and texture to what would otherwise be a bland label. This is called the name anchor method. It works because it ties a person's name to something concrete your brain can hold on to. Thomas, a retired engineer in Florida, used to struggle terribly with names at his community center. Now he plays a little game with himself. Every new name gets an anchor, some silly, some sentimental. Ralph the runner, Linda with the lavender perfume, Bob from the BBQ. He says, it's like giving my memory a coat hook. Suddenly, I've got somewhere to hang that name. Here's the short lesson. Forgetting names isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign your brain is filtering what feels most useful. But by making names meaningful, we give our brains a reason to keep them. So the next time you blank on a name, don't panic. Use it, link it, and give it a little color. You'll be surprised how quickly your recall improves. Coming up next, have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? In Part 2, we'll explore what scientists call the doorway effect, and how understanding it can make those moments a lot less frustrating. Let's keep going. Number 2. Eyes up. Why looking down might be your riskiest habit. Have you ever found yourself walking down the sidewalk, eyes glued to the ground like it holds all the answers? Maybe you're trying to spot cracks in the pavement or a stray pine cone that could send you tumbling. It feels like the smart thing to do. After all, isn't it safer to keep your eyes down? Surprisingly, no. Looking down while walking is one of the most common habits among older adults, and yet it actually increases your risk of falling. Here's why. When your gaze is fixed downward, your head tilts forward, which throws off your center of gravity. Your shoulders slump, your back rounds, and suddenly your whole posture is out of alignment. Worse yet, your balance system isn't getting a full picture of your environment, which makes it harder to respond to surprises like a shifting rug or a sudden step. Meet Marlene, age 76, who used to walk her dog around the neighborhood every morning until a fall on a curb left her shaken and sore for weeks. "I thought I was being careful, always watching the ground," she said. "But my physical therapist told me I was actually making things worse." That's when she learned the three-point gaze technique. It's simple, but powerful. Step 1. Keep your primary gaze about 10 to 15 feet ahead of you. This gives you enough time to spot obstacles without compromising your posture. Step 2. Every 10 to 15 seconds, lift your gaze to a far point, like the end of the block or a stop sign in the distance. This realigns your spine and keeps your body upright. Step 3. Consciously engage your peripheral vision. That's right. Your side vision will still catch closer hazards without needing to look straight down. Marlene started using this technique during her walks with Baxter, her golden retriever. She says, "It felt weird at first, like I was taking my eyes off the danger. But I stood taller, breathed easier, and felt more balanced within a week." Here's the takeaway. Your balance is a full-body system. When you shift your eyes upward, you cue your body to engage better posture, more confident movement, and faster reflexes. Looking down might feel safer, but it's actually setting you up to stumble. Try this the next time you're walking to your mailbox or through the grocery store. Pick a spot about 3 car lengths ahead and focus there. Then check your surroundings with your side vision, not a downward glance. You might be amazed how much more confident you feel. And speaking of confidence, do your feet feel stable when they hit the ground? Or are you landing flat-footed without thinking? In the next part, we'll uncover a tiny adjustment to your step that can dramatically improve your balance. Stay tuned for part 3.
If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward.
Number 3. The hidden danger of flat feet. Mastering the heel-to-toe roll. Have you ever caught yourself walking with a bit of a shuffle, feet landing flat, almost like you're slapping the ground? It may seem harmless, just part of getting older, right? But here's something most people don't realize. The way your foot hits the ground can make or break your balance. As we age, many of us slowly shift into flat-footed or even toe-first walking patterns. And while it happens gradually, the effects are serious. Landing with your whole foot at once, or worse, toe first, removes the natural shock absorption your body relies on. It's like walking with bricks instead of springs. The result? Wobbly steps, joint pain, and a much higher risk of falling. Let me introduce you to Ed, 82, a retired firefighter from Pennsylvania. Ed had strong legs but couldn't figure out why he kept losing his balance on uneven sidewalks. His physical therapist noticed something right away. Ed was walking flat-footed. "I wasn't even aware," Ed said. "I thought that was just how older folks walked." That's when he was taught the heel-to-toe roll, a technique that mimics the natural way children walk. Heel strikes first, then the weight smoothly rolls through the arch, ending with a push-off from the toes. It's how we're meant to walk, and when practiced consistently, it can dramatically improve stability. Here's how you can try it. Stand up and take a slow step. Focus on letting your heel touch the ground first. Then feel your weight transfer along the outside edge of your foot. As you push off with your toes, aim for a smooth, rolling motion. Think of it like gently rocking your foot forward, not slapping it down. It might feel exaggerated or strange at first. That's totally normal. Start with short practice sessions, even just pacing your living room. Some people place a hand on the wall for balance and walk 5 heel-to-toe steps back and forth each day. Ed practiced during his daily trip to the mailbox, about 50 feet round trip. Within 2 weeks, he noticed a difference. I felt more grounded, more in control, he said. Even going up the ramp at church was easier. The short lesson here? Your footstep isn't just a step, it's your foundation. Mastering the heel-to-toe roll brings back the rhythm and control your body needs to stay upright and confident. So now that you've learned where and how your foot should land, let's move up the body. Are your core muscles quietly helping or hurting your balance? In Part 4, we'll unlock the secret support system in your midsection that most people completely forget to use. Let's keep moving forward. Number 4, activate your core without a single sit-up. When most people hear the word core, they think of young folks doing sit-ups at the gym or balancing on yoga balls. But here's the thing. Your core isn't just about looking good in a swimsuit. It's the engine that powers every step you take. And strengthening it doesn't require a single crunch. Your core includes the deep muscles around your belly, sides, and lower back. These muscles act like a natural girdle, stabilizing your spine and keeping your body balanced as you move. If your core isn't engaged when you walk, your balance suffers. It's like trying to walk with a loose steering wheel. You might stay upright, but it takes a lot more effort, and one wrong bump can send you off course. Let's meet Lorraine, age 74, a former piano teacher from Ohio. She always prided herself on her graceful movements, until she noticed her knees and hips doing more of the work than they should. I was getting tired just walking from the parking lot into the grocery store, she said. It wasn't until my therapist said, Lorraine, your core's gone quiet, that I realized what was missing. That's when she learned the zip-up technique, a gentle way to activate your core while walking. No planks or crunches involved. Here's how it works. While standing or walking, imagine gently zipping up a pair of high-waisted jeans. You're not sucking in your stomach. You're simply drawing your belly button slightly toward your spine. It should feel like a subtle lift, not a strain, just 20 to 30% of your full effort. You should still be able to breathe and talk comfortably. To help build the habit, Lorraine put small colored stickers around her house, on her bathroom mirror, by the coffee maker, even on her TV remote. Every time she saw one, she'd check in. Am I zipped up? Within 2 weeks, her posture improved and her daily walks felt less tiring. Research backs her up. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that activating your core while walking helps older adults recover faster from slips and maintain better balance on uneven ground. Here's the short lesson. Your core is your silent stabilizer. With just a small shift in awareness, you can turn it back on and enjoy smoother, safer movement. No floor exercises required. Now that your core is back online, let's talk about something else that might be holding you back, literally. In the next section, we'll explore why keeping your arms stiff while walking may be silently sabotaging your balance, and how a small swing can lead to a big improvement. Let's swing into number 5.
If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward.
Number 5. The 45-degree arm swing reset. Walking like you did at 40. Think back to how you walked in your 40s. Did you feel steady, natural, maybe even a little spring in your step? One big reason is something you probably never thought about. Your arm swing. Yep, those arms that now tend to stay frozen at your sides or clutch your purse tightly in front used to move with rhythm and purpose. And believe it or not, getting that swing back can do wonders for your balance and confidence. Here's why. Your arms act as natural counterbalances to your legs. When your right leg steps forward, your left arm should move forward too, keeping your upper and lower body in harmony. But over time, many older adults unconsciously stop using their arms while walking. Maybe it's from carrying things, guarding against falls, or just a gradual shift in posture. The result? Your balance becomes all leg work, and your gait can feel stiff, uneven, or even unsteady. Meet Harold, 79, a retired school principal from Iowa. He used to walk around the track at the community center every morning, until he started feeling off balance like he was tipping sideways. His doctor noticed something simple. Harold's arms barely moved. "I had no idea I was doing that," he said. "I just thought I was keeping my hands still to stay safe." That's when Harold learned the 45-degree arm swing reset. Here's how it works. As you walk, keep your elbows bent at about a 45-degree angle. Let your arms swing gently, front to back, not across your body. Your hands should pass near your hip pocket at the back of the swing. It should feel relaxed and natural, like a metronome ticking in time with your stride. To retrain his movement, Harold practiced for 3 days. Day 1. He exaggerated the swing for 5 minutes during his walk, just to wake up the pattern. Day 2. He returned to a natural swing, but paid close attention to syncing his arm with the opposite leg. Day 3. He focused on relaxing his shoulders to avoid tension creeping in. The results? "Not only did I feel steadier," Harold shared, "but my daughter said I looked 10 years younger, just from the way I was walking." Here's the lesson. Arm swing isn't just for show, it's a key part of walking safely and smoothly. Letting your arms do their job takes pressure off your joints, improves your balance, and makes walking less tiring. So now that you're swinging with confidence, let's check what you're walking on. In the next part, we'll explore how the shoes you choose and the strength in your feet might be helping or hurting every step you take. Let's step into number 6. Number 6, your shoes are lying to you, the truth about senior footwear. Let's talk about shoes, not the flashy high heels or fancy dress shoes, just your everyday walking shoes. You might think that as long as they're comfortable and cushioned, they're doing their job. But here's the surprising truth. Many senior-friendly shoes are quietly making you less stable. You read that right. Some of the most popular shoes for older adults, those with thick, pillowy soles and easy slip-on styles, can actually block your feet from feeling the ground. And that's a big problem. Your feet are loaded with over 200,000 nerve endings, designed to sense pressure, texture, and movement. But when you wear shoes that are too thick or stiff, it's like putting earmuffs on your feet. You lose crucial balance information. Let me introduce you to Gladys, 81, from Arizona. She was proud of her cozy, easy-on shoes with thick soles and memory foam. "They felt like walking on marshmallows," she laughed. But after 2 unexpected stumbles on the sidewalk, she saw a podiatrist who called those beloved shoes balance blockers. That's when Gladys learned what to really look for in senior-safe footwear. Here are the 3 must-have features. A low, wide heel, no more than 1 inch difference between the heel and toe. This keeps your foot flat enough to stay grounded while still providing support. A flexible sole at the front. Your forefoot needs to bend with each step. Test this by trying to fold the shoe near the ball of the foot. If it doesn't bend, skip it. A secure fit. Choose laces or strong Velcro straps. Slip-ons may be convenient, but they often lack the hold your feet need. Gladys made the switch to a pair of well-fitted New Balance walking shoes and added in a few simple foot-strengthening exercises, like towel curls and toe spreads. The difference? "I feel like my feet are talking to me again," she said, "and I'm actually listening." Here's the takeaway. The right shoes won't just feel good. They'll help your feet do their job. Proper footwear gives your body the feedback it needs to stay balanced, especially on uneven ground like grass, gravel, or even thick carpet. Before your next walk, take a moment to check your shoes. Do they bend? Do they fit snugly? Do they allow you to feel the ground? If not, it might be time for an upgrade. And speaking of upgrades, next, we're going to talk about what's inside those shoes. Your feet. Are they strong enough to keep you steady? In Part 7, we'll uncover easy at-home exercises to wake up those foot muscles and keep you grounded with every step. Let's dive in. Number 7. Stop tightrope walking. Why widening your step could save your life. Have you ever watched someone walk like they're balancing on a tightrope? One foot directly in front of the other, almost touching the center line? It might look tidy, but for older adults, that narrow walking pattern is a silent fall risk. As we age, some of us unknowingly let our feet drift closer together while walking. It can happen from years of habit, joint stiffness, or simply trying to look proper. But here's the catch. When your steps are too narrow, your base of support shrinks, and that makes you more likely to wobble or tip over, especially on uneven ground. Let's meet Robert, 84, a retired Navy officer from Virginia. Years of marching in a straight line had trained him to walk with precision, but not with balance. "I thought walking in a straight line was a good thing," Robert chuckled. "Turns out I was making it harder to stay upright." That's when his physical therapist introduced him to the widened base technique. The goal? Walk with your feet about hip-width apart, not exaggerated, but just wide enough to create a rectangle of support beneath you. Imagine you're walking on two parallel train tracks, not a balance beam. Here's how to practice it at home. Place 2 strips of painter's tape on the floor, about 6 to 8 inches apart depending on your hip size. Walk slowly, making sure each foot stays on its own track. This helps retrain your brain and body to use a more stable step width. After just 2 weeks of practicing in his hallway, Robert noticed a difference. "I didn't even realize how much I was swaying before," he said. "But now I feel grounded, even when I'm walking on gravel to get to the mailbox." Studies from Johns Hopkins Gait and Balance Lab show that older adults who maintain an optimal base width experience 40% less side-to-side sway. That's huge when you're trying to stay upright on curbs, steps, or lawn. Here's the key lesson. Walking with your feet slightly apart creates a solid, stable foundation. It's not about taking big, lumbering steps. It's about spacing your feet just enough to let your balance system do its job. So next time you go for a stroll, check your step. Are your feet crossing that imaginary center line, or are they riding the train tracks? Coming up in Part 8, we're going to focus on the in-between moments, the transitions. Because believe it or not, most falls don't happen while you're walking straight. They happen when you change direction. Let's find out how a simple pause could prevent your next fall. Stay with me.
If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward.
Number 8. Master the pause. How mindful transitions can prevent your next fall. Have you ever stood up too quickly from your favorite recliner and felt just a bit dizzy? Or turned too fast to answer the phone and caught yourself wobbling? You're not alone, and you're not clumsy. You're just moving through what experts call a transition moment. And for older adults, these split seconds are when most falls happen. Surprisingly, falls rarely occur during steady walking in a straight line. They almost always happen during changes. Turning corners, stopping suddenly, standing up, or stepping from one surface to another, like going from carpet to tile. Why? Because your balance system needs a beat to reset. When we rush through these moments, our brains don't have time to recalibrate, especially as we get older and our sense of balance naturally becomes more sensitive. Her physical therapist taught her a life-changing habit, the 3-second pause. Here's how it works. Anytime you're about to change direction or move from sitting to standing, pause for just 3 seconds. During that pause, do 3 simple things. Stabilize. Plant your feet firmly and feel the ground beneath you. Engage your core. Use the zip-up technique we discussed earlier. Look where you're going. Let your eyes lead the movement. This tiny pause gives your body time to prepare and stay balanced. Helen marked her high-risk spots at home, next to the bed, at the bathroom doorway, and in front of the stairs, with little red stickers. Every sticker reminded me to stop, breathe, and think before moving, she said. After a month, she no longer needed the stickers. Her body had formed a new, safer habit. Research from Oregon Health Sciences University found that simply pausing before transitions reduced fall incidence by nearly 50% in adults over 65. That's a bigger improvement than many medications or devices can offer. Here's the lesson. Moving slowly isn't a weakness. It's a strength. Giving your body time to adjust during transitions can make all the difference between a smooth step and a dangerous stumble. Now that you've learned how to walk, step, and turn more safely, it's time to put it all together. In our final section, we'll explore how to make these techniques part of your daily routine so they become second nature, just like brushing your teeth. Let's bring it all home in Part 9, Number 9. The Silent Killer. Transition moments that cause most falls. Picture this. You're sitting in your favorite recliner, the phone rings, and you jump up to answer it. But before you take 2 steps, bam, you stumble or catch yourself wobbling. No loose rug, no obstacle in your path. Just a moment that passed too quickly for your body to handle. These little shifts, from sitting to standing, turning corners, or stepping into the shower, are called transition moments. And they're the silent killers when it comes to fall risk. According to leading fall prevention researchers, nearly 87% of falls in adults over 65 happen during transitions, not during straight-line walking. Why? Because transitions require your brain, muscles, and balance system to recalibrate on the fly. When you change direction, stop suddenly, or step from one surface to another, like tile to carpet, your body has to quickly adjust. If your core isn't engaged or your posture is off, that momentary shift can throw everything out of sync. Let's revisit Thomas, the retired engineer we met earlier. After a fractured hip sidelined him for weeks, his therapist didn't just focus on how he walked, but when and where he changed directions. She taught him the pivot and step method, a simple strategy to eliminate risky twisting. Here's how it works. Instead of twisting your upper body while your feet stay planted, stop completely. Engage your core. Think back to the zip-up technique. Then lift your foot and step in the new direction. Let your whole body follow. Thomas also added a helpful cue to his routine. He placed small red dot stickers in transition danger zones around his home, like next to the toilet, by the stair landing, and at the kitchen counter. Every dot reminded me to slow down and center myself before I moved, he said. After 2 weeks, those pauses became second nature. Think of it like shifting gears in a car. You wouldn't go from reverse to drive without pausing. Your body works the same way. Here's the short lesson. Transitions deserve respect. They may only take a second or two, but in those seconds, your body's systems need time to reset. By slowing down and moving deliberately, you reduce the single biggest source of falls without giving up your independence. Now, we've learned so much, from where you look, to how you step, to the strength in your core and your feet. But what ties it all together? In our final part, we'll walk through how to make these techniques part of your everyday life, so you're not just safer, you're stronger. Let's wrap it up in Part 10. Number 10. Building your walking blueprint. How to practice all 9 techniques without overwhelm. By now, you've learned 9 powerful techniques to walk with more confidence, balance, and strength. But you might be thinking, that's a lot to remember. How do I put it all together? Don't worry, you don't have to master everything at once. In fact, trying to do it all immediately can feel overwhelming. That's why we're going to build your walking blueprint. A simple step-by-step routine to make these changes feel natural. Let's meet Jean, 73, a retired librarian from Michigan. After a couple of scary near falls, she started watching balance videos and jotting down notes. But it all felt like too much. I had tips stuck to the fridge, the bathroom mirror, even the TV remote, she laughed. I needed a plan that didn't feel like a homework assignment. Jean's physical therapist helped her create a 7-day walking blueprint, breaking the techniques into manageable chunks. Day 1. Focus only on the 3-point gaze. Practice looking 10 to 15 feet ahead and scanning the horizon. That's it. Day 2. Add the heel-to-toe roll. Combine it with your gaze technique for smoother, more stable steps. Day 3. Engage your core with the zip-up method while walking. Day 4. Incorporate your arm swing, 45-degree elbows, relaxed movement, syncing with your steps. Day 5. Check your shoes. Are they flexible, supportive, and secure? Begin a few minutes of foot exercises. Day 6. Practice widening your step. Walk on painter's tape or visualize train tracks. Day 7. Add the 3-second pause before transitions. Focus on stability when standing up or changing direction. Each day, Jean spent just 10 minutes walking and practicing that day's focus. By the second week, she started combining techniques naturally. It was like my body started remembering what to do, without me thinking about it. Here's the key lesson. Repetition builds muscle memory. Your brain is more flexible than you think, even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s. By practicing each piece step by step, you create a safer, smoother walking pattern that eventually becomes automatic. To help you stay on track, try this. Create a simple checklist on your fridge with the 7-day plan. Pick a daily walking route, your hallway, the porch, a loop around the block. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Even a 5% improvement in balance can prevent a fall. And remember, these aren't just walking techniques. They're tools for living with independence and confidence. Before we wrap up, take a moment to think about which tip made the biggest impact on you. Was it posture, your shoes, that simple pause? Share in the comments below, and if this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more ways to age with strength and joy. You've taken the first step, now keep walking forward. As we age, the way we move through the world becomes more than just physical. It becomes a reflection of how we approach life itself. The key message behind these walking techniques isn't just about preventing falls. It's about reclaiming confidence, presence, and control in our everyday moments. Each small adjustment, whether it's lifting your gaze, softening your steps, or pausing before a turn, reminds us that life is not a race, but a rhythm. In a world that often rushes by, the simple act of walking with awareness becomes a quiet form of resilience. It teaches us that even in our later years, we are still capable of learning, adapting, and thriving. These lessons carry over to everything we do. That stability comes from strong foundations, that slowing down is often the smartest move, and that taking care of ourselves is not a luxury, it's a form of love. So whether you're walking to the mailbox or around the grocery store, know this. Every step you take with intention is a step toward freedom, dignity, and a fuller life. You're not just walking safer, you're walking wiser.
Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today, how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.